how to do effective video lighting on a budget. Whether you're filming a music video, a short film, a promotional video, or anything at all, lighting is a very, very vital part of any kind of film, and it should be carefully considered no matter whether you're in a studio or on location. The great thing about studios are a lot of them nowadays come inclusive of lights. So for example, the studio I'm in at the minute came inclusive of softboxes, which are great. They can pretty much create a beautiful white light with no stress, and it's very simple to set up. If you're on location though, you need to think outside the box. You know, obviously you can't set up softboxes if you own any, because then you have to think of electrical supplies and things like that, how are you going to plug it in. But if you're on location, a lot of the time I would personally use an LED light. These are battery operated, can be bought on eBay. I have bought a few different ones. This one so far has been my favourite. It is a 300 LED light, and it has lots of different colours. So you've got orange, red, blue and white. So even if you're looking for a coloured light, you could use this in the studio, on location, whatever. But the great thing about this light is it's extremely powerful, and I have actually used it on night shoots and as well as in the studio for colour and things like that. But I've done it on a night shoot, pitch black dark, and this light is able just to pull up every detail, and it's fantastic. And obviously if you put a nice colour on it, like a blue or a red, it looks fantastic as well. Obviously if you buy a light like this on eBay, you have to buy the battery separate, and the batteries are huge, but they do power for quite a long length of time. So if I show you a sample of a cheap softbox. Can somebody bring me a light, please? Thank you. Superb, thank you. So this is quite a relatively cheap one. I've seen them as cheap as £30 on eBay. If you see, the front of them comes off, and they dismantle right down to like a little carry bag, and they're great for moving about. And they got one light bulb inside. On average, these ones are about 200 watts, so they're not overly strong. And they've got little switches and stuff on them, and they plug straight into a power source. The stands on them though can be quite disappointing, so it's good if you test your sort of suppliers to see the stands they come with, because if the stand is quite weak, then it can be a problem. Like the light can easily fall over and things like that. Can someone take this away, please? Thank you. I have lots of helpers here. So you just have to be careful when you buy a lot of these things, especially if you're buying online, because it's hard to see the stands that they come with, and the stands can be quite weak. I did buy a light, and it had 4 light bulbs inside, and so the top of it was quite heavy, and the stand just wasn't strong enough. And last week I was using it on a shoot, and it did fall over because it was just so easy for it to topple, and the light bulbs broke. So just be aware when you're purchasing these kind of cheaper lights of the strength of the stand. If you, however, wanted to invest in something more expensive, you could go for a much more expensive light that doubles up both as a video light and as a photography light, which is what we're using today. I'll show you one. Can you bring me a light, please? This is a light I'm using right this moment. So if you look at it, you'll see it's got a big mechanism on the back, and pretty much this is a cooler, so it's cooling the heat away from the light to keep it nice and cool. But it is also a photography light, but we can use them as video lights. Probably not supposed to, but but those kind of lights generally double up are about maybe 300 plus for 2 lights, so they can be quite an investment, but they do last a long time, so it's always worth investing in good quality as well. Basically, if you're looking for low budget lighting, definitely check the likes of eBay. A lot of this stuff I think is probably coming from China, and it works just as well, as long as you look after it and you're careful with it. Because the problem with buying the cheaper lighting and the cheaper equipment is that it is a little bit more fragile, and it isn't as strong as the good quality stuff. But if you're starting up, if you're new to the business, if you really just want to get out there and have some half decent lighting, so you can look professional as a photographer or videographer, or you're just trying to set out and film your first music video or whatever. I mean, these are great investments for anybody, especially when you're working on a low budget.